Hey, what's up, real estate agents? In today's video, I am going over my first week as a new real estate agent. I'm going to cover everything from which brokerage I chose to work for, the social media accounts that I posted on, who I talked to, who I didn't talk to, who I should have been watching or looking out for, how I got leads, and so forth. So make sure to stick around so you can check out my first week as a real estate agent. Hey, welcome to Clueless Realtor, where we help realtors succeed. Before we go further in the video, I need you to do these 3 very important things that's going to help this channel continue to grow. I need you to 1, give me a thumbs up, and I need you to subscribe to the channel. And the last thing is to hit the notification bell below so that you can be the first one notified of our weekly videos. All of our content is around the world of real estate and how we can help you as real estate agents succeed. So let's get started in the video. So now, the first thing that I did, and it's probably the most important, and this is one of the things that I highly recommend new agents do, is that you should open up an account on all social media platforms. When I first got started, or before I got started in the real estate, I didn't like social media at all. I think the only account that I had on a platform was LinkedIn, and that's just, it was strictly professional. I didn't do any engaging. I didn't go out and network or anything like that. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But when I passed my real estate exam and I got my license, my wife, who is a digital marketing specialist and she knows the power of social media, she instantly just went and opened up me accounts on all social media platforms. And then she kind of broke it down to me of exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Not only just networking or not only just, reaching out to family and friends and trying to connect with people that you haven't connected with, since high school, but how to post and what do I need to post about. So one thing that you guys should be doing when it comes to posting as real estate agents, you should be posting all about real estate. Not necessarily telling people all the time that you're a realtor and trying to get them to sell their house or trying to get them to buy a house, but maybe do some posts like, okay, this is an upcoming event in the neighborhood, and then, giving them information about the neighborhood that's going to help them to where they might be looking. Also, you want to post things about the real estate market and what's going on in the market. This helps you make you look like the real estate expert. So people are going to want to reach out to you because if you have this particular knowledge, then they want to think that you are the expert and they want you to handle their real estate transaction. So these are a couple of things. I think one of the most important platforms is YouTube. You can have a YouTube channel like this one here, or it's Instagram. And the reason why I say these two is because one, Instagram is all about pictures, and that is what real estate is about. Pictures, pictures, pictures. As a new agent, when you go to the MLS, what attracts you more? Pictures, right? You don't sit there and read all through the transaction details, not the transaction details, but the details of the listing property. No, you go straight to the pictures. You want to see what it looks like. You want to see what the kitchen looks like, the bedroom, the landscaping of the house. You want to see the yard and so forth. So those things, pictures, are what drives and what gets people anxious and ready to buy or ready to sell. Okay, that's what real estate is all about. It's already about pictures, but it's eventually going towards the realm of video, and that's why YouTube is important. So with YouTube, what you can do is that if you have a listing or if you have an open house, you can do a recording of that listing. You can walk through. Okay, especially with COVID going on right now, a lot of people don't feel comfortable leaving their home or going into another person's home. So if you do a walkthrough video, you can easily send that to one of your clients and they can actually view the house from the comfort of their own home. Also, one of the things you can do is you can showcase your open house coming up. So it's a way of advertising so that you can get more people coming into your open house. You get more people coming into your open house, you can potentially turn them into leads. So that's one important thing that I did during my first week is that I got social media accounts on all platforms across the yard: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Well, I didn't do the YouTube channel, but I should have did it. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then also Pinterest. The next thing that I did, and I mentioned it in the previous one just now, was choosing a brokerage. And I had already knew the brokerage that I wanted my first week because I did research before I got my real estate license. And that's exactly what you guys should be doing. You should already have your brokerage in mind of where you want to hang your license before you get your real estate license, before you take your exam and you get your license. And the reason for that is that you want to, once you get your license that very Monday or whatever day of the week you want to get started, you should already have that in mind. Go right into that brokerage, get everything squared away, and it doesn't take, 2 weeks or a month or something like that. You want to hit the ground and start rolling from day one. That's the only way you're going to get these leads. That you want to build that momentum. Okay. And so choosing the brokerage, make sure that it's conducive for you. Make sure that it offers a lot of training. Make sure the environment is very welcoming and friendly and fun to be around. If you're going to be a real estate agent full time, you want to be at a brokerage or you want to be in an office where you're going to have some fun, where you can learn from the veteran agents, where you just feel comfortable and relaxed. No one wants to have a job where they go into an office and they feel tension or they feel not wanted or, whatever it is, any type of negative vibe. No one wants that. So make sure that your brokerage that you choose has a positive vibe and is conducive and a best fit for you. All right. The next thing that I did was I did a lot of cold calling my first week. The only problem with that was that I followed a script that I don't know where I got it from. I can't remember, but the script was all wrong, especially when I listened to a lot of veteran agents, very successful agents, and I listened to what they would say and how they would say it whenever they did cold calling, and the method that I was using was just not good at all. But you should be doing a lot of cold calling. You should be doing it to get comfortable talking to people. If you're I'm a person that I enjoy being around people. However, I am not a good icebreaker person. I am not good when it comes to walking up to some random person, maybe at a happy hour or something like that, and starting a conversation. I'm not good at that at all. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all are with me on that. But cold calling helped me with that because you just randomly calling a person and then you're just striking up a conversation. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go boom right into real estate, but you can just call up, explain to them why you're calling because you're a total stranger, but you don't necessarily have to be all about real estate. You could just, talk to them, kind of get to know them a little bit, see if you can break down their barriers, but tell them why you're calling just so they can be on just so they can be knowledgeable of why they're talking to a complete stranger on the phone. All right, so the next thing that I did, and I know that I might have said social media was the most important. Well, social media is one, this one is 1A. And that is finding whatever brokerage that you work for, finding a top agent at that brokerage and go and talk to them and ask them if you can shadow them. Maybe take them out to lunch, introduce yourself, tell them about your work ethic, and then ask them that you can shadow them. That is the most critical thing because they're a top agent because they have success, right? So they know what they're doing. Okay. And there's no better way than for you to become a successful agent by getting experience. And the only way you're going to get experience is to learn how exactly to do it. Don't make a whole lot of mistakes. Sure, you want to get out there, you want to make mistakes and so forth, get comfortable failing, but to avoid some mistakes that you can avoid, shadow those top agents. Take them out to lunch, talk to them, and perhaps maybe they might even invite you to be a part of their team if they have a team. But do that. See if you can shadow one of their appointments that they might have with a buyer or one of the showings that they might have. I remember I did that and it was so helpful to me because it got me to understand exactly what I need to talk about, the things that are most important to buyers, and how to pinpoint this, how to pinpoint that, what to look for myself so that I can direct the buyers to it and say, hey, notice this, or hey, notice that right there. You might want to take that into consideration. And so that's one important thing, is that you need to shadow someone at, shadow one of the top agents at your brokerage. Okay. You need to do that. You need to do that probably, maybe the first day. Find someone or find the top agent and get in touch with them, set up lunch, take them out to lunch, 30 minutes. Don't take up too much of their time. And then just ask them if you can shadow them on different occasions. Even shadowing them like when they do cold calls, or if they're making phone calls, talking with FSBOs, or that's for sale by owners, or talking with potential buyers. Whatever you can do, shadow them, listen to them, watch them, and then that way you can take what they're doing and then use it for your business as well. Like I mentioned earlier, when I talked about shadowing agents, you also want to see if you can shadow their open house. That might be a little bit more leeway, I guess, with other agents that you might be able to have, is to shadow open house, because you're not directly interacting with one of their clients. Okay, you're interacting with the public, people that see your open house signs and the visitors that come in. They may be interested in buying, or they might just be nosy neighbors like I used to be. If I saw an open house sign, I just used to go up in there just to see what the house looked like. Okay, so it might be something like that, but they're a little bit more prone and a little bit more relaxed to let you shadow an open house. And plus, they might need the help. They might ask you to watch over the sign-in sheet while they go and, conversate with the visitors of the open house. You might have a packed open house with a lot of visitors. It's real hard if you're a single person, single agent rather, trying to navigate, trying to go and watch this, couple here, and then making sure that this couple comes in and make sure that they sign, and they pick up a flyer. Doing all of that stuff can be very tiring. So maybe they might need your help at the open house. So that's what you want to do. You want to learn how to conversate with visitors at the open house. You don't want to crowd them too much, okay? But you want to make sure that you get their signature first. Introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about the house, and then let them go. Okay, let them go and everything. Let them go see the house, and then when they come back, that's when you strike up a conversation about the house more, if they liked it or if they did like it. But that's one thing that you definitely should do, and I did, and it was awesome. And I still do open houses now. I still do open houses. I try to do two a weekend, but definitely one. Sunday is kind of like family day. So, unless the buyers really, or the sellers rather, really want to do an open house, then I'll do it on Sunday. But most of the time it's usually Saturday. But you definitely, as a first-time agent, you should get a top agent and shadow their open house. Or even perhaps they might even let you do it for them on their own. But shadow the open house. That's what you should do. All right, the next thing is one of these things that I did that I don't recommend you do. If you do it, it's not going to hurt anybody, but I don't recommend that you actually go out and seek this opportunity, and that's using floor time. And what floor time means in the world of real estate is just basically the brokerage that you work for. You're just sitting up at the front desk, or maybe around the front desk, so that if a walk by comes in and they ask to speak with a real estate agent, you're right there. It's your turn to talk to a potential client and so forth. That's what floor time is. The reason why I don't recommend doing it is because I did it and I got very, very little leads off of it. I think I did 2 3-hour sessions of floor time my first week, and I might have spoken with one person, and that person was really not a good lead per se, because they were just not interested in buying at the moment. I think they just walked in to potentially look at houses and see what's available, what's on the market. Sure, you treat them like, a person that's going to buy the very next day, because eventually later on down the line, that is someone that you can stay in touch with. That is someone that you can communicate with, that you can build a rapport for. So maybe a year or 2 years from now, you never know. That person might be wanting to, or might be interested in purchasing a home that's $1 million. You never know. But I'm just saying that in those 2 sessions of 3 hours each session, I talked to that one person. So like I said, I don't recommend it. I think you can be doing other things that are more valuable to you. But yeah, floor time was one of the things that I did my first week. I don't regret it, but I just would not highly recommend it. If you have some time and you want to hang out at the office and things of that nature, then go ahead. Maybe do one session of 2 hours to see how it is. And it may be beneficial for you. Your brokerage might be in a highly populated, walkable area where a lot of people come in. And if that's the case, then floor time is good. But the brokerage that I was at, floor time was not that great because we were not in a very walkable area. So you had to really be intent on purchasing real estate to come up to my brokerage and walk in there just randomly. All right, one of the last things that I did was that when I was interviewing brokerages to see which was a good fit for me, which one was a good fit for me, I made sure that I found out if they offered trainings and what their training schedule looked like. Guys, training is so important, especially as a new real estate agent. Okay, one of the things that I think about, if it is something new that I'm doing, I'm gonna need training, right? When I first started running track, I needed training on how to properly run. When you first starting out as a ballet dancer, you're going to need training on how to do a plie or something like that. If it's something new to you, which real estate was new to me, and it's probably new to the new agents out there, you're going to need training. So training is so critical. And when I say training, these are trainings that I took and that helped me out a lot. It's not so much of how to talk to people or how to do an open house. It's more so of, hey, this is the CRM, client retention management system. This is the CRM that we use, and this is how we use it. This is the, I forget the actual name of it, but it's basically a program. Oh, Hootsuite, that's the name of it. This is a Hootsuite that we use to batch out all of our content to post on social media. What that is that when you start to become very busy and you're going to this showing and you're going to this showing and you're meeting this listing agent and you're meeting this client for a quick coffee or something like that, you don't have time so much to post throughout the day. And you shouldn't be posting just specifically at night. You want to do it throughout the day. If you have a great showing that you want to show someone, or that you want to show off a condo or something like that, you can take a little video, take a couple pictures, get there before your client does, take a picture, take a video, and then post it to social media. But you might not have time to do that. So by using Hootsuite or any type of platform that allows you to post and schedule posts to social media, that is one thing that you should do. And that is some of the training that your brokerage might offer you. They might tell you, they might offer MLS training, which was very, very valuable because it shows you how to create comps for your clients, to show them what might be the best price, how to navigate, how to actually enter an address into the system to where that property comes up, what to look for on the MLS sheet. So things like that, that's very, very important to you. It might not seem important because it's like, okay, well, this is not going to get me leads. Yeah, but it might not get you leads, but it builds rapport with the leads that you have. And so that's very, very critical. When you come to when a client asks you and they say, hey, I'd like to place an offer on this particular property, what should I offer? Then you know how to run comps very, quickly, get them to your clients quickly and say, hey, these are the comps. You probably should come in at this. And here's the reason why. And that way the client will be more willing to trust you, to know, trust you that you know what you're doing. And so that's why you want to go and attend all of the trainings, especially starting out. As you know, the first year, maybe 6 months, but definitely 6 months, maybe the first year. But you definitely want to do training. All right, real estate agents. So that's how my first week went. That's who I talked with. That's who I sat down with. That's who I cold call. I did a lot of cold calling there. I did some floor time and so forth. So that's how my first week went. Like I mentioned, some of those things you should be doing and some you probably should not. All right. So if you have had a first week, you know, if you're an experienced agent, maybe you've been out there a couple months and you had a first week, leave a comment below and let me know how your first week went. Okay, I'll be curious to see. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment as well. All right, guys, be safe, be well, and let's go sell some houses.